Captain's Log, September 25th, 2023. It's been like at least a few days, maybe a week or more since my last Captain's Log, so I've got, kind of a lot to catch up on. I think I made one before, but I haven't posted it yet. One day, 5 years from now, it'll get on YouTube. Anyways, I'm currently sitting in a hotel in Louisville, Kentucky. It's about 5 in the morning. I'm eating a cold can of soup and got my emotional support plushie. This is Charlie. I'm trying to wind down so that I can go to sleep. So anyways, I left Ohio today, and I won't be back in Ohio, and I won't see my husband again until early November. So he came down to Alabama at the beginning of the month for us to do Dragon Con together, and stayed down a little bit longer, and then the end of the following week we caravanned up to Ohio. I wanted to come up and visit him for a little bit, but I specifically came up at that time because his workplace was having, they were renting a theme park called Kings Island for Friends and Family Day. And so I went there with him. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling well. I ended up being sick for over a week, which is part of why I haven't been on top of everything. But we had a good time, even though I struggled a little bit. And then I spent like a week, over a week, like sick and basically like sleeping a lot and trying to rest, trying to take care of myself to avoid going to the doctor because I don't have a doctor in Ohio yet, and trying to get what work I could get done. And then this past week, I was feeling slightly better and basically was just like getting caught up on work. This past weekend, we went on a date. We drove up to Michigan, went on a drug run for me, drove to Michigan to go to the closest dispensary where like everything's legal so that I could get some gummies. Super excited about that. Can't wait for this stuff to be legal throughout the rest of the U.S. Come on, guys, get with it. Anyways, I thought that was fun. I totally put going on a drug run in my calendar. I think that's hilarious. So, so I never did that kind of stuff when I was younger. And, like this past year, I'm like, fuck the patriarchy. Like, whatever. Anyways, we spent the night in Toledo, had dinner and explored a few places. And then the next day went to another amusement park, one called Cedar Point, that Carl had been talking about. I mean, he's been telling me about this park, I think, for at least 10 years, maybe longer. And I was extremely tired. I was so tired because I've been really struggling to sleep lately. And, tonight's not, it's another night. But we had a really good time, even though I got motion sick in the park and all of that good stuff. And we didn't ride that many rides. I was really close to just going and laying in the grass to take a nap, but I didn't want people to freak out on me. It drives me crazy. Like, guys, why can't I just go lay down in the grass and take a nap? Like, it's perfectly good grass. It's nice and soft and it was shady. If I could have just had like a 15 to 30 minute nap, I would have been good for the day, I think. But instead, I had to like sit my butt on the uncomfortable concrete, which I did actually sit down on the ground instead of in a chair because it was more comfortable, and just sit there and be kind of miserable, because I don't know, like people are just so far removed from like nature and like natural, like common sense kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm super annoyed about it. Like, I am actually like, it makes me really angry, like the next time that I feel that way, like I'm mad at myself for not going and laying on the ground. I'm mad at myself for worrying about other people potentially worrying about me, like I'm angry about it. I'm angry at society for being so far removed from nature and from natural living that, that we can't just, be natural. Anyways, still had a good time at the park. Ended up upgrading our tickets to an annual pass so that we can, because it's just one more visit. It pays for itself. We definitely want to go back. It is like a little bit of a drive. It's like 2.5 hours, I think, from where we live, but it'd be worth it, and we'll definitely go back a few more times. Anyways, came home. I've been packing up, and then yesterday, the 24th, I was supposed to get to Kentucky early enough to like explore Kentucky in the evening, but I was so tired. I was so tired and so out of it. Like I spent the day in bed because I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna pack yet. Like I can't pack while I'm just tired. I'm just gonna rest until I actually have the energy to pack. And so I did not actually leave my house until like 10:30 at night. And I already booked a room here. Thankfully, it's a really inexpensive room thanks to my sister's work discount. But I still wanted to go. Like I like driving at night. There's less traffic. It's more peaceful. I'm a night owl anyways. But I didn't get down here until almost 3 in the morning. And it's now almost 5 in the morning. And I have to check out at 11. So, I mean, I got to be up probably by 9, 10 at the latest so I can get showered and all that stuff. But I'm wound up and I'm trying to wind back down. Travel days are always, I don't know, they're just rough. And then it's extra rough when it's a travel day where I'm like, you know, leaving my husband and I'm not going to see him for like weeks, or in this case, over a month, like 5 or 6 weeks, I'm not going to see him in person. And so it's hard. It's hard to get out of the house, even though there's part of me that like looks forward to it at the same time. But for my video journal for myself, I just want to say that despite being sick, DragonCon was awesome, and I had a really great time in Ohio with Carl, and I wish I could have stayed a little longer. We've been working through like a lot of issues in our marriage this year, and you know, like it's been bumpy at times, but I mean, and it wasn't, you know, like all sunshine and rainbows while I was in Ohio this time, but it was really good. I feel a lot better about how things are going, and yeah, I feel like we've grown closer, you know, which is always my hope. I mean, it's been my experience that every challenge we have that we conquer just makes us grow closer and closer. And so there's part of me that like you know, like it's like I welcome like challenges and issues in our marriage, because I feel like we're strong enough to work through anything, even if it's uncomfortable at first. So I feel so lucky and so thankful and so blessed that even though there's a lot of things that Carl and I don't agree on, or that we frustrate each other with, and you know, like we have some issues we have some big issues to work through. I feel so fortunate that, you know, he's the kind of person like that I can be completely open and honest with, and that he's always willing to try to work on things. Now, sometimes he doesn't do a very good job. He doesn't communicate very well, which is a big issue. And yeah, he's got some issues of his own that he struggles with. But, you know, I think when it comes to relationships, that as long as you try to communicate and you're open and honest, that you know, your partner's going to understand that you're doing the best you can, and that you're trying, and that you care. And I think if you have that, like you know, your chances of overcoming things are like really darn good. So there's my relationship advice for the day. And yeah, so I will be heading to Nashville, Tennessee today for a couple of nights. The timeshare company that Carl and I are owners in has a new property there that happened, and I like to go check out the new properties, and happened to have availability as I was passing through. So I'm gonna stay in Nashville for a few nights and visit some friends as I make my way to Memphis, Tennessee on Tuesday afternoon for a design conference called Creative Works. It's taking place later this week. I didn't think I'd be able to go this year. I've been to it twice before. It's one of my favorite design conferences. My number one's Creative South, and then Creative Works, which is great when I'm in Alabama because Creative South is in the spring, Creative Works is in the fall. Didn't think I was going to be able to go. Wish I would have realized I could probably go a little sooner, so I could have saved some money instead of paying like the highest price, because it is pricey. But this is probably the last chance I'll ever have to go, or at least for like 3 or 4 years, I'm sure. I can't attend all the conferences when I live so far away, and I have other life plans coming up. But the last one I went to was extra awesome because I wore my pirate hat and a lot of fun people and stuff happened. And I totally am featured in their promo video twice. I'm like, man, I should really go. And then also, it's like last year I wore the pirate hat. So if I go back this year wearing the pirate hat, people will remember me. If I don't go back this year, people might forget me. So I need to go back and capitalize on that investment because, if y'all know me, like I'm all about like making friends and stuff, I'm literally, I am there to learn, but I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm there to learn some stuff and get inspired, but I'm mostly there for like fun and friends with other creative professionals that might understand me. So, I'm really looking forward to it. It's basically a work vacation. I love my career field. It's great, even though I think I might be switching. I think I might switch careers soon, guys, at least partially. Anyways, when that's over, I'm going to head back home to Alabama and get my butt to work on painting the outside of my house and the other projects so that I can freaking get it set up as an Airbnb and hopefully actually get to live with my husband full time by the end of the year. So fingers crossed. But I will say a few things I'm looking forward to is I think I'm going to see for at least one friend, maybe two, while in Nashville, and then hopefully go out and just have a good time, hopefully find a place to dance one night. And then in Memphis, aside from the design conference, the last time I was there, I found out the day after I was leaving that they have an actual disco club with a disco floor, like a light-up disco floor. So I'm hoping that I can go to the disco one of the nights it's open, and then the day I leave Memphis, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go tour Graceland, Elvis's home, and I'm really excited about that. So, anyways, that's my plan for the foreseeable future, and I guess I'm gonna try and do my best to get back on my captain's logs because I don't have time to journal these days, and so I do this for me. I'm making these videos for future me, and I'm posting them on YouTube just because, why not? Maybe you're incredibly bored and you want to see what somebody else's life is like. I kind of like day in the life kind of things. And, but mostly this is for future me. So future me, hey, I love you. You're great. I know you're awesome. I know that the future is going to be fucking fantastic. And I can't wait for you to tell me about it. Because, this version of me will still be here inside you. And you'll be able to talk to me. So, when you get there, feel free to say hello. Love you.